Hi guys, this is Yama, a native Japanese speaker. Today I'm gonna tell you 10 good Japanese cultures. So those are the 10 good things I feel when I live in Japan. So I'm gonna show you the good culture in Japan. In summary, there are 10 good things. The first thing is high quality of service. Safety, best food in the world. Beautiful four seasons. High quality manga, anime, and video games. Punctual at the time. Hot springs. Good healthcare system. Everything is located closely. History. So I'm gonna explain one by one. The number one is high quality of service. Everywhere in Japan, you can enjoy good service, and the quality is really high. Even in grocery store or in convenience store, when you enter the store, then the staffs will bow to you and say "irashaimase," which means welcome to our stores. When you go to the cashier, and the staffs will welcome you and be polite and be kind to serve you as a customer. Then you're gonna be said "arigatou gozaimashita," which means thank you. When you go to a restaurant, then the staff will serve you, and you can ask as many questions as you want. And the staff will answer very kindly and very politely, and they are willing to serve you. And on top of that, you don't necessarily to pay any tips. When I first came to US, then I was shocked about the low quality service. So, for instance, when I go to a small store, then the staffs are playing video games, or the staffs are calling to someone. And when I go to the cashier, then the staff didn't notice me, so I have to say loudly to call the staff. And then the staffs are coming here, but he was kind of bored to serve me. I think the main reason is that they have no incentives to serve well for customers because their salary is fixed and they won't get any tips from customers. But on the other hand, in Japan, there is a similar situation. The staff will not get any tips or increase their salaries, but they want to serve customers to increase the customer satisfaction, and they are educated to do that. So that's a huge difference. I got also shocked when I go to a restaurant and then I try to call a staff, and then the staff signed to me I'll be there soon, and it takes like 10 minutes and I have to wait for the order because I'm so hungry and I have no time to wait, but I have to wait. After eating the dishes, I wanted to check, and I called the staff, but the staff came like 15 minutes after I called it. But after that, I had to pay like 15% because I thought it's like mandatory to pay the 15% tips. Maybe I could choose the percentage of the tips, but I didn't know that, so I paid 15%. Maybe what's obvious to me is not obvious to others, but compared to the service quality in Japan and other countries, there is a huge difference. Maybe that's the reason because of the education or the how to increase the customer satisfaction. But I think in Japan, the good service is a really nice culture. Number two, very safe. Japan is a very safe country. So when you ride on the train, then you're gonna notice that most of the passengers are sleeping. That means in the train is safe environment and no one picks the pocket. Even like after 10 p.m., some passengers are completely drunk and then deeply slept on the train, and then they are like snoring, but no one picked the wallets out of their pockets. And those passengers typically miss their final destination, so they like overslept and override for like 30 minutes or 1 hour. So that shows it's really safe in Japan. The good example is that if someone find a wallet on the street, then most of them will deliver to the police station. And the murder rate is also very low compared to other G20 countries, Japan is the lowest. I think the main reason is that guns are not allowed in Japan. Only Yakuza owns guns, but otherwise people don't have guns. So people are not afraid of the gun violence. The another reason that I feel Japan is safe is that the average happiness is relatively high. The average income is $40,000, and compared to US is $55,000. So it's lower than US, but in the average salary, the statistics is not skewed. So that means the lower end and the higher end is not so separated. So most of the Japanese people have a relatively high salary. They are kind of satisfied with the situation. So that makes Japan safe. And because of this, few people are desperate about their lifestyle. And consequently, the murder rate is also very low. Number 3, best foods in the world. In Japan, I can enjoy really high quality foods in everywhere, like sushi, sashimi, tempura, and ramen. And even the foods from all over the world, like Italian, French, Spanish, American, Korean, Chinese, Vietnam, India, any kinds of the foods in all over the world. Those foods are not too salty and not too sweet, so the balance of the foods is very nice. I think the one reason of that is that there are so many restaurants in Japan, so the competition is very high. So the competition accelerates the quality of the food and lower the price of the foods. So if I pay like $8, then I can enjoy really good food without any tip. But in US, I have to pay like 20 or 30 US dollars and plus tips on top of that. Japan is also surrounded by the ocean, so that means we can enjoy the fresh seafood at any time. And also there are some well-known beef brands such as Kobe beef, which is amazing to eat. On the other hand, when I stayed in US, I couldn't eat like fresh seafood because the place is like center of the continent. So I barely enjoy seafood, but instead of that, I could enjoy really good beef, like burgers. So I really love Shake Shacks. Speaking of Hokkaido, which is the northern part of Japan, in Hokkaido, the seafood quality is completely different than other places in Japan. You can enjoy good sushi in Tokyo, but you have to pay really expensive price, like 200 or 300 US dollars. But when you go to Hokkaido, you can enjoy the authentic and fresh foods even for like 15 US dollars or 20 US dollars. And the quality is actually higher than Tokyo. And the taste is completely different. The freshness of the seafood is just incredible and amazing. You should definitely try that in Hokkaido. You can also enjoy skiing or snowboarding in Hokkaido with a really high quality of snow. Number 4, beautiful fall seasons. In Japan, spring, summer, fall, and winter is completely different. In spring, you can enjoy really beautiful cherry blossoms in everywhere in Japan. And especially in the riverside, you can enjoy cherry blossoms surrounded by the river, and you can walk around the riverside. And it's allowed in Japan to drink alcohols. So if you get beers or whatever you want and just walk along the riverside and drink with your friends or with your family, that's gonna be incredible memories. In summer, you can enjoy beautiful sunflowers and on summer festivals, and in the nighttime you can enjoy the fireworks. The fireworks are so good in Japan, and there are some like big festivals in Japan. So in each festival, the number of the fireworks is like 1,000 or even 10,000 or 20,000 fireworks in the one festival. Let's say in the riverside, if you wear yukata and buy some alcohol and sit on the riverside in the nighttime, and then you can see the very incredible fireworks. It's really beautiful and it's just an amazing experience. In fall, you can enjoy the autumn colored leaves with a relatively good temperature. So let's say if you go to Kyoto in autumn, then you could see the beautiful red leaves all over in Kyoto area. And if you go to temples in Kyoto, then you can see many beautiful leaves surrounded by the temples and historical places, which is really awesome. In winter, you can enjoy snowing. So in Tokyo, there are maybe like 2 or 3 times with the snowing in the winter. So you don't really see snow in Tokyo. But if you go to the northern part of Japan, then like Hokkaido or Tohoku area, then you're gonna see snow all over the places, and you can enjoy skiing with a good food. And also you can enjoy the seasonal foods in Japan, like fish or vegetables. So you can enjoy the difference between the season. Number 5. High quality manga, video games, and animes. The famous mangas like DBZ and JoJo or Attack on Titan or One Piece, those are from Japan and it's really famous all over the world. Other than those famous mangas or animes, you can find many other like hidden really good animes, mangas in Japan. So in Japan there are like more than 10 weekly magazines. So you can enjoy really nice hidden mangas in Japan. And also cosplay is famous in Japan. For those of you who like the cosplays, if you go to like big festival like Tokyo Game Show, then you're gonna see a lot of cosplayers in the event. So you can communicate with those cosplayers and you can make friends and you can see other people dressing up. Number 6. Punctual at time. So everyone is very punctual at time. So when I have a meeting starting from like 10 a.m., then I will arrive at the place maybe 10 minutes before, at least 5 minutes before. I think this is a common sense in Japanese. And if I be late at the event, then I will text or call to the counterparties that I will be late, or I will be seen as a rude person. In terms of the reasons to be late, we don't really use cars, so I can't really say because of flat tire or traffic jam or even engine trouble of the cars. So we need to find more creative reasons. But the best way to avoid the conflict is that just to be honest. So I'd say like, oh, I drank too much yesterday, so I overslept. I'm sorry. And even once the train company was late for like 1 minute of the departure on the train, and then they officially apologized it. It's like I don't care like 1 minute late, but in Japan the time is so punctual and everyone has like every minute schedule, so some of them really cares of that, but I think most of them don't really care like 1 minute late or something. But it's a good culture to be punctual at time. Number 7 is hot springs. In Japan there are so many hot springs and it's a good culture in Japan to be in the hot springs and take a rest and heals your bodies. And sometimes hot springs are good for health. Even individual house has a like hot springs in their houses. So it's typically like in winter, if the outside is cold, then you're gonna go to the bathtub in the house. So not only the shower, but if you go to the bathtubs, then you're gonna relax and feel completely like heating from inside of your body. In terms of the hot springs, there are like four hot springs places. The first one is the cheapest. It's called Koushu Yokujo, which means public hot spring places. That costs like $5 to enter the hot spring place. And it's relatively small but located in every town, so you can enjoy hot springs with other people. The second one is called Tennen Onsen, which means natural hot springs, which costs like 10 to 15 US dollars to enter that. So in Japan, there are some famous hot spring places like Atami Onsen, which is located in Shizuoka Prefecture. It's a 1 hour or 1 hour and a half drive from Tokyo. Then you can enjoy the hot springs surrounded by the ocean, and it's really nice views. And also the famous hot spring is called Kusatsu Onsen. It's located in Gunma Prefecture, which is 2 or 3 hours drive from Tokyo. And in the Kusatsu Onsen, you can enjoy the natural hot springs, and it's really good for your health and body. And also Hakone Onsen is located in Kanagawa Prefecture, which is 1 hour and a half drive from Tokyo, and you can enjoy beautiful nature and surrounded by mountains. So you can feel relaxing in the Hakone Onsen. The number 3 hot spring places is called like amusement onsen. So in Tokyo, there is a place called Oedo Onsen. So basically, you can stay as long as you want, and the entry fee is like 25 US dollars. You can enjoy hot springs, like so many hot spring places, like maybe more than 10 hot spring places, like wine hot spring, which is filled with wine instead of the water. And also like bubble hot springs, or like natural hot springs and individual hot springs, which is for only one person to enter the bathtub. And after the hot spring, you can enjoy the restaurants and also like massage or even read manga with the relaxation places. Or you can even sleep. And the final type of the hot spring is hot spring in the hotel room. So those hot springs are set in each individual room. So instead of other like public hot spring places, you can enjoy private hot spring zone in the hotel rooms. So that's really good for like family or couples. Number 8 is good healthcare system. In Japan, everyone is protected by government. So in terms of the healthcare, it's same as France and Germany. So basically, people only need to pay 30% of the healthcare cost. And if you are like over than 75 years old, then you need to only pay 10%. On the other hand, US healthcare is so bad. So when I went to the emergency hospital, I paid 1,500 US dollars for only one visit. In Japan, dentist is also included in the healthcare system. So I think that's the main reason that the Japanese average lifetime is long. It's the longest in the world. Number 9, everything is located closely. So in Tokyo, shopping malls, good restaurants or dating spots or amusement parks, those are located very closely, let's say like 30 minutes or 1 hour. If you want to go to a beach, then you can ride on the train, and after 1 hour and a half, then you're gonna reach to the beach. If you want to go to the mountain, then you should go to a train. Maybe the nearest mountain is 30 minutes by train, and if you go more than like 2 hours, then you can enjoy the authentic hiking on the mountain. The skiing resort is also close, so maybe 3 hours by train or by drive, then you can reach to the skiing resort. So you don't necessarily ride on the plane, and you can save money. If I want to go to the Disney in Japan, then I will ride on a train, and after 1 hour and a half, then I will reach to the Disney Sea or Disneyland. But thinking of US, if you go to the Disney, then you're gonna go to California or Florida. And if you are living in like New York or other place, you have to use the plane to go to the Disney. So in Japan, everything is relatively close. So that's a good culture. Number 10 is a history. So in Japan, there are many Japanese castles. And in the Japanese castle, there is a Joukamachi, which means castle town. And in each Japanese castles, there are many histories. The famous Japanese castle is like Kumamoto-jo, located in Kumamoto Prefecture. And it's a massive Japanese castle. And also Osaka-jo is located in Osaka, and it's very famous and beautiful Japanese castle. And Himeji-jo is also very beautiful, and the color is white, so it's really famous in Japan. And Takeda-jo is surrounded by the cloud, and it's located in the high altitude. It's a really scenic place, and many people want to go there. Temples are also famous in Japan. In Tokyo, there are Sensoji. This is very famous for tourists, and maybe some of you visited in Sensoji. And also Zojoji is located in Tokyo, so you can enjoy temple in Tokyo. Or if you go to Kyoto, there is a Byodo-in Howodo, which is a great temple that's also engraved in the coin. Or Kiyomizu-dera in Kyoto. This is also a very beautiful temple in Kyoto. In summary, I said 10 good culture in Japan. High quality of service. Very safe. Best food in the world. Beautiful four seasons. High quality manga, anime, video games. Punctual at the time. Hot springs. Good healthcare system. Everything is located closely. And historical places. So living in Tokyo, I feel that people are very kind, and people are not always open, especially for those who don't know, because people are careful about the surroundings. Maybe Japanese people don't show their emotion for the first time visitors, but once you're gonna have a connection with Japanese guys, then you can see the good point of Japanese guys and good culture. And Japanese people protect nature, like separating the garbage place, and they are taking care of their surroundings. So those behaviors are the good point of the Japanese culture. So that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching my video. If you think the video is good, then please give it a thumbs up. And if you want more, please subscribe it. And if you leave comments, then I will be glad to see those comments. Thank you so much. Bye. See you next time.